Casablanca, Marrakesh, Tangiers, Fez. Just the names of Morocco's cities evoke exotic images. Romance. North Africa in full technicolor. Islamic culture in full flowering. But Morocco is now at the center of a region in turmoil. In neighboring Tunisia, a government overthrown and the spark for a whole region lit. Egypt, an autocrat removed after 30 years in power. And nearby in Libya, a civil war rages on as international airstrikes continue. And Morocco might seem a likely place for the next revolution. It is ruled by an autocratic king with absolute power. And it has millions living in grinding poverty, just miles from an elite living in extraordinary wealth. There is a feeling here amongst young, educated Moroccans that something has to change. But how, why and when are the big questions for the country's young elite. Some believe that Morocco is already on the right path, but others, like the thousands of protesters who marched on the streets here this past Sunday, are calling for more radical and rapid change. Zineb Belmkadem is one of those who's risking everything to democratize Morocco right now.
Everyone kept telling me, you have a younger daughter, you're a single mom, you have a young daughter. You know, like, I should be afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid for her future if she lives in the country where oppression prevails.
Zineb is a 26-year-old single mother who is a leader of what has become known as the February 20th movement. It's named after the first big protest here, a peaceful demonstration of about 10,000 protesters in the capital city of Rabat, where the country's king and parliament are based. But while it was a historic event in Morocco, it failed to spark the kind of huge uprisings we've seen elsewhere in North Africa. I asked Zineb why.
In Egypt we saw hundreds of thousands of protesters out in Tahrir Square. In Tunisia, again, tens of thousands of people protesting regularly. Why do you think it is that in Morocco that's not happening? Why are the numbers so much smaller amongst the young protest movement?
Two things: fear and lack of trust in change in the first place. People do not even feel that they can be involved in change. It's one thing. The other thing is fear, and that comes from the older regime.
And what are they afraid of?
They're afraid to be detained, they're afraid to be tortured, they're afraid to be questioned, they're afraid to be prosecuted, they're afraid of treason.
So what can young people do to overcome this fear you're talking about?
The concept that you cannot be a traitor if you want good things for your country. That's not treason.
If you've got it, watch it. If you don't, call your TV provider to get HDNet today.